Tapping Colorado's rich renewable resources, bolstering our economic opportunities, and preserving our environment. How do we best meet these objectives? Governor Bill Ritter's plan for a new energy economy includes ideas for expanding our high-voltage transmission infrastructure to connect Colorado's renewable resources to the market as one answer. We describe how this can be accomplished in the Redi Report, Renewable Energy Development Infrastructure. Governor Bill Ritter's Energy Office is pleased to present our ideas to you now.
In the state of Colorado, people have a different relationship with the land, with air, with water, and we have over time been able to link that notion about what a great place this is, what a magnificent place it is, with energy consumption.
Yet despite Coloradans' stewardship of our state, Colorado's electric energy consumption continues to increase year after year. This level of electric power consumption will require continuous commitment to conservation and energy efficiency, clean electric power generation, and high-voltage transmission. And with the projected rate of population growth in the state, deciding our future electric power mix represents a significant challenge.
We're at our peril unless there's a transformation in how we think about both energy consumption and energy production.
Governor Ritter published a climate change plan in 2007, and it's my job to make sure that we can achieve the goals set out in that plan. And those are specifically to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by 20% from 2005 levels by the year 2020.
Of the carbon dioxide emissions in Colorado, 36% comes from electric power. At the rate Colorado is producing electric energy, we would have emitted 55 million metric tons of carbon dioxide by 2020. In recent years, Colorado has been addressing this electric power growth. But even with a change in policy, there remains a gap between where we are heading and where we want to be. In order to fill this gap, we need to make decisions about our future energy mix.
Part of the answer to changing how we produce and consume has to do with renewable energy.
The beauty of renewable energy is that it does not utilize resources the way that non-renewables do. So you're not depending upon a fuel that is just going to be ultimately depleted.
In addition to reducing greenhouse emissions and other environmental benefits, experts recognize renewable energy has many other vital benefits.
Climate change itself presents a national security risk, because as the climate changes and crops fail or there's water shortages, then that causes social instability, which causes political instability, which leads to often to military conflict. So we benefit in terms of national security.
It also is very significant that wind farms do not use water. And a lot of the other forms of electricity generation use water, and here in the West, and particularly in Colorado, water is very precious for a lot of the other uses that we have.
There's one benefit of renewable energy that over the past few years has gotten the attention of the people, the business community, and the leaders of Colorado.
We're creating jobs. And they're good jobs. They're 21st century jobs. They're sustainable. Those jobs and that job creation has all of these indirect benefits in what we call a multiplier effect, where other jobs are created as a result of it as well.
Vestas is investing over $1 billion in manufacturing facilities in Colorado.
When you talk about the economy, the base of it is employment. And we are seeing a growing employment base in new energy.
Today, the renewable energy industry is thriving in Colorado, and there's more than a few reasons why.
Colorado has a number of things going for it in renewable energy. The first, and what's obvious to most people who live here, is the abundant resources that we have.
Whether you're looking at sun, solar energy, or wind, biofuel potential, even geothermal, Colorado is in the top 10 in the nation in terms of those natural resources.
Colorado is one of the ideal states because you're getting 300 days a year sunshine. And because of the altitude, 1 mile higher than the sea level, actually the sunshine intensity is higher. So this is an ideal state.
We also have probably the best research nucleus in renewable energy of any place in the world.
We have the 3 research universities, CU, CSU, and mines, along with this laboratory's expertise, is perhaps unparalleled in the country.
Ideas come out of the academic world, you transfer them into the commercial world, you wind up creating jobs.
And one of the things that has really drawn the attention of renewable energy companies to Colorado is the commitment that our policy leaders have towards advancing the renewable energy industry and the importance that it plays in Colorado's future.
The governor, on day one, Governor Ritter, put up a "We're open for business" sign and has attracted some of the very renewable energy companies that NREL has long collaborated with to advance the technology.
Tri-State Generation and Transmission has teamed up with a subsidiary of Duke Energy to build the first wind project in East Central Colorado. It struck me that there was this potential in the state and it just had been not tapped, that the people of the state were ready to do it, that we were a state that could lay down a template for the rest of the country.
I think the public supports renewable energy on a 2 or 3 to 1 basis. We took that to the ballot in Colorado in 2004 and showed over very stiff utility opposition that the people of this state wanted to have renewable energy.
Yes on 37. Cleaner air, cheaper energy.
Even though Colorado is already a leader in the development of renewable energy, we are only on the threshold of what promises to be the nation's next great growth industry.
Our goal is to have the 30 megawatt facility here, but my goal is to get this to 100 megawatt.
We quadrupled the amount of wind on the grid in a year's time when I became governor. That's just in the Eastern Plain with current technology. The technology gets better. There may be ways to capture wind in other parts of the state that we're currently not doing.
So how do we get there from here? It would require a variety of initiatives, and a key initiative will require transmission.
What we need to do is think about how we build out the infrastructure, the transmission infrastructure that can utilize these renewable resources.
One of the things that you have found as far as a barrier to market for renewable energy has been what we call the chicken and egg scenario. Developers can't come in until new transmission line is built. We can't build new transmission lines until developers come in, and so therefore we're at a standstill.
There are a number of states, including Colorado, who are not waiting for the federal action that's necessary here. Colorado has been a pioneer in mapping its state renewable electric resources, solar and wind, for example, and understanding where the areas of the greatest production of energy from those technologies can be had, and then determining how to get transmission services to those areas such that, in addition to meeting our needs in the state, perhaps someday we'll produce enough to be a net exporter of renewable electricity, which will again be good for the state's economy.
Certainly we at the Governor's Energy Office are playing a more active role in the planning of these transmission lines, and that's part of the reason that we produced this Redi Report, Renewable Energy Development Infrastructure. It's to provide a lot more information and analysis so that it helps the utilities and the regulators and the legislature and the Governor's office all work in closer tandem so that we can speed up the pace of this.
The Redi Report calls for considering these directions. Colorado needs to greatly increase our investment in utility-scale wind and solar generation. Expand our investments in energy efficiency, distributed generation, and conservation. Make new commitments to build high-voltage electric power transmission to bring renewable energy from resource-rich areas in rural Colorado to the state's major load centers. Make investments in natural gas power plants to increase power to the grid and to integrate renewable resources. The efforts and advances Colorado has made in renewable energy have not gone unnoticed by those who aren't easily impressed. It's just another indication that Colorado is on the right path in the new energy economy.
President Obama came here and signed the stimulus bill because he knew that we had made all these efforts around clean energy, and we were able to do some very significant job creation as a part of that. So that's gratifying. So it's all about thinking how you marry your energy policy with your environmental policy and with your economic policy. That's the new energy economy.
The people of Colorado recognize the importance of renewable energy to the state. We hope this Redi video and the Redi Report have made the case that with an increased focus on transmission, we can get there from here.